So, folks, are taxpayers about to get Doge dividend checks? And that is the subject of the riff. So how about a Doge dividend check? Elon's federal audit of waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption could net $2 trillion in budget savings, and he's now thinking about turning 20% over to taxpayers. Now, he hasn't quite raised it with President Trump, but it might come to about $5,000 a head. It might even incentivize people to go back to work and become taxpayers in order to get their Doge dividend. You can check Elon's colloquy about all this on Twitter X. Now, none of this came up directly in the Sean Hannity interview last night, and by the way, very big hat tip to Sean for a great job. But the whole thrust of that interview was about disempowering the unelected permanent bureaucracy and re-empowering American voters and taxpayers, as should be the case in a democracy. I especially like the part where Elon called himself Trump's tech support. And let me quote directly from it, quote, "One of the biggest functions of the Doge team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out," end quote. A lot of presidents in the past have talked about a taxpayer savings government-wide audit. Reagan had the Grace Commission. Clinton, Gore, and Obama gave lip service to it, but nobody had Elon's type jet fuel power to drive home a true transformation. We've already seen the Doge team tear through Treasury Department, Social Security Administration, and the USAID, among others. Last night, President Trump posted a new executive order to expand his control over the alphabet agencies, like the SEC, the FCC, FTC, and many others. That includes executive orders to purge all manner of DEI from government roles. So, Elon and his young team are going to be very formidable enforcers of Trump policies. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why Republican budget committees in both the House and the Senate don't just score $2 trillion of Doge-related savings over the next 10 years. As Senator Crapo has reminded us many times, the whole budget reconciliation process legally includes a provision that the budget committees create their own baselines. They are not beholden to the Congressional Budget Office. In fact, the CBO has to conform to the budget committees, not the other way around. And in this important way, extending the Trump tax cuts should be a neutral endeavor, essentially cost-free as permanent policy. And anyway, those tax cuts raised a ton of revenues over their 7-year life, which brings me to another wonderful development. Though he didn't mention it last night in the Hannity interview, earlier this morning, President Trump announced on Truth Social, and I will quote, "The House resolution implements my full America First agenda, everything, not just parts of it. We need both chambers to pass the House budget to kickstart the reconciliation process and move all of our priorities to the concept of one big, beautiful bill." Where have you heard that before, folks? Anyway, that means the tax cuts, so important to the new Republican working class coalition in order to ignite the next blue-collar boom, those tax cuts have now been moved from the back burner back to the front burner. So, you know, folks, it's time to get cooking. And that's the riff. Okay.